2021. Now, some of the remarkable memories of the August 12 general elections was the huge voter turnout by the Zambian people amidst the COVID-19. This year's elections were dominated by the unemployed youths, among them the alumni from various learning institutions. As a response, the UPND's manifesto promised on job creation, sustainable youth empowerment, and all in all, anchored on economic emancipation. 2 months down the line, under the UPND administration or the New Dawn government, most of the young people out there are still asking questions to find out how far the UPND has gone in terms of implementing some of the promises it made during the campaigns. Allow me on this platform to unveil the guest coming to you very known to your screen and very controversial by now. His name is Gilbert Liswaniso, coming from the UPND, in charge of youth affairs. In short, he's a UPND Youth National Chairperson. Mr. Liswaniso, welcome to the program.
IP, how are you?
I'm great.
Yeah.
Good to see you. It's a long time.
Good to see you, my brother.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I have not yet congratulated you on air for your victory. Allow me to pass this congratulatory message to you.
I'm humbled, and we thank the people of Zambia, the youths themselves. The last time we met, it was in Sesheke.
Indeed.
Eh?
Sure.
Remember?
I do, very well.
When you were doubting that Mzawina Sesheke, I told you that Tuakwapola. Remember?
I do very well. I remember.
You attend some of our meetings, eh?
Yeah.
I still remember that time.
Indeed.
Yeah.
The blood campaigns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bad.
All right. You've been summoned this evening, Mr. Liswaniso. Of course, not sitting here as a UPND in the opposition, but now you are fully in charge of the affairs. Remember, during your tenure in the opposition, you did promise a lot that you wanted to achieve, or you wanted to turn around Zambia's economy, among other problems that this country is facing. And finally, the reality has dawned. You are fully in charge as we speak today. We are just coming from 2 days ago when we were celebrating the Zambia's 57th, years of independence, and the theme celebrating the New Dawn, a government, of course, anchored on good governance, national unity, and also development. Very enticing theme, I should make mention. But you are aware that up to now, we still have a lot of questions that young people want to hear in terms of how far you have gone in fulfilling that which you promised to them.
IP, first of all, we need to say that within the 2 months, we're turning 2 months on the 12th, on the 24th August, 24 October, as a party in government and its leadership. And if you have seen also is that within 2 months, what have we achieved as a party in government? First of all, it was to restore peace in the country.
Right.
Unity for people, so that people can come together. Within a short period, I can say that the majority Zambians, especially the youths who are street vendors, who are entrepreneurship within the community in the markets, today they've got a bit of the profit because that money does not go in the pockets of a cadre. The council is collecting money today in all the markets across the country and the bus stations. Within a short period, there is sanity in our country. People are able to walk freely. People are able to engage or criticize the government of the day. People are able to assemble, minus even Public Order Act. I think these are the things, the basic things which Zambian people voted on the 12th of August. What they wanted to say that, first of all, they need to speak their minds. They are able to criticize their government. When they're criticizing, they're not saying that they're bad people, no. But they're waking up to say there are certain things which are not doing.
Right.
So from there, I think you have seen that our leaders within the party UPND, we have been on the ground to ensure there is no cadreism. in the bus station and markets. Not even that, because we continue talking about this issue every day, but even in other institutions, that has been our job. So the country first has to get united for us to see the fruits, what we voted for on 12 August. It's very important, because when people are divided and when people are crying, you may not see any development in our country. That's why PF failed a lot of things in that term, because there was confusion in the country. But our president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, has to put things, we need to start from somewhere. The new dawn government, a new foundation for this country. Let's forget about the past. Let's start one. So that the young people voted in 12 August, as we go, this country can remain in a good hands of them. There's nothing to get excited or to rush to have something, even when we know all over that the economy was damaged. That's why we're saying Barry will fix it. He has come to fix these problems now. And it's upon ourselves as youths who turned up with numbers to work together with him and give him an opportunity to ensure that what we want, as he's putting his house in order, even us we need to prepare ourselves. The 10 years of PF is about handouts. The mentality of most of young people, even civil servant, wherever you go, it was first handouts and stealing. You can't live in a life that when you wake up you need just to steal. You need at least to work around your salary. That's how you grow your economy, that's how you grow your nation. You can't that every day when you wake up, uganza chepo gwira innocent. Nizaba party. Nizaba randan. You can't live in such a life. And that's a life which we lived within 10. And it's become a normal life to each and everybody. And it's not easy within a short period that Mr. Hakainde Hichilema and his leadership, they can finish this now. They need our support. That's why, personally as Gilbert Liswaniso, National Youth Chairman, today I'm unpopular in the party. Because I look at the vision of this man, what he wants to achieve. Because I can tell you, me, I don't do things minus reading the mind of my president. Even in opposition, I read his mind, what does he want to achieve here? Once I know what he wants, I go under, start working. It is because the country, the young people of this country, their minds have been destroyed by PF. For them, it's about shortcut. Today, even the youths, they are against about companies and cooperatives. But I can tell you, that's the best way of doing things in our nation. It removes, first of all, greediness. A cooperative removes greediness and selfishness. Because now you are bringing everybody on the table. Kamene kazabwera kali konse kamene ako aliyensa zitabwanje azagwira hapo. Hakainde is encouraging every youth, go and make cooperative wherever you are staying. Put your house in order. By the time we start functioning after this budget, we are able where to give. Those who are in business, kapenda mune business yasalaula. How that the government comes in to come and help you. And another environment which we want to see now. So the mentality which we have, the mindset, IP, it's very, very dangerous, whereby we need now to calculate the mindset which will stand a test of time, not only today. The change which we made in 12 August, we the young people of this country, it's not for today. It's for 10 years from now. Because we'll be 40, we'll be 50, we'll be 60. So what our president and his leadership are trying to do is to set up an environment so that even other political parties which they will come, we are going to base on those areas. But today, every youth wants shortcut now, handouts. Wakupasa 200 kwacha. Imagine the chairman Liswaniso leo, wampasa 30 pin. Then waenda wapasa 500. That is foolishness in my mind. I need to create an environment for the young people to say, can you make a cooperative, make a company now? Who can you partner with? And he has said the president, those in mind, any investor who will come to this country, he has to partner with a Zambian. Because a Zambian has a land. Come with your capital. Let's look about your project you are bringing here. And then youths go and work together. Is it not a good thing to do? For me, it's a good thing to do. But it's a bad to those who would want that the youths of this country to continue asking money through handouts every day in Pasako 200 kwacha, in Pasako 100 kwacha. That's why I'm saying, as I reach here, Liswaniso Gilbert, I'll become unpopular in my political party, UPND. Because, one, they wanted cadres, markets and bus stations. Me, I've said no. Then certain other youths now, they turn against. So I think and I look and say, oh, this city is hot now. It is hot, I can tell you. It is hot. But I'm not shaken. I'm not shaken. Because if I liked money, I would have taken through PF when I was in the opposition. I'm a politician. I'm a community worker. You know that. You the movie TV, you have brought me to where I am today. Because one billion mandra, when someone is working, someone is working George, Paseko News. All you the media, all of you across the country. Remember that then BC was Mutamangra kwa George. Paseko News this one is. So why am I saying that? I want people to appreciate that patience is more important in life.
Right.
IP. Patience and waiting, these two things are beside Kwanisa. But I want to encourage my youths that give bit a time of your president. He has told you what to do now. He has told you what to do. Every day when he's appointing ministers, everybody, he's talking about we the youths, we the youths. He's there for us. But my crooked people, those who want con life, they will hate Hakainde Hichilema. Right. Those who want shortcuts, they will hate Hakainde Hichilema. And I'm not part of that group. Because my life has been saving the community. You can go wherever you go. You may talk nonsense about me, but the issue is, the Liswaniso always wants to save the community. I side with the people always. Even now in government, I still side with the people. And I've said, I haven't started working because I'm observing what is happening. Each institution, I'm taking down what is happening there. That's what I'm doing as the National Youth Chairman. Each office, each department, I've been doing to check what is happening. By the time Zambo kusebenza, why? We want to respond to the needs of the people on the ground. I'm not excited with power. As National Youth Chairman of UPN, I'm not excited with power. But I'm going to be excited when I see a woman aenda clinic mankwala hapeza. Mwana aenda school ya mahala. I'll get excited. When I see things that happen within our compounds, I will say, yes, things are... I'm not excited. I don't live a borrowed life. I live my own life. That has been my life with the community. I've never run away from the community. I've been there, even now. As I said, so also to yanka my phone. Maybe since yanka phone, maybe it's nice. And it's doubled now. My numbers niambi there, boy. I'm human, I cannot answer 100 calls. But I've said, come to secretariat. Me, I attend even some Muntwali branch. People tell, I attend to a branch person. There's no protocol to me. I want to hear what is the story. What are you bringing on the table? What is the challenges? Because the more that I speak to these people, I'm able to deliver the message to the relevant authority. Those who are in government now. My president, my vice president, all these, what is on the ground? These are the issues. Yesterday I was meeting tanker drivers, all of them. From different companies, all of them. There's one message I told them. Don't come here because you are Karif. Don't come here because you are Kapesika. Don't come here because you are Mount Meru. Don't come here because you are Joe. When I came to campaign to you, tanker drivers, truck drivers, I never followed your company. I followed as an individual, and then we came up with a group on WhatsApp, which I belong. Almost of truck drivers, I belong to those WhatsApp. So they cry when they come to me. I need to attend to their problems. I will not look about the company where they are working, but because these are the people who fought to ensure that UPN forms government. So when they have a problem, it is our duty, first of all, us as the political party. They know us. It is us who went to them and asked for a vote. Why today should I deny them? Just because he works to Karif? Just because he works to Kapesika? No. I'm not going to that attitude. This issue of cadarism, it is not only in the market and bus station, IP. It is worse. Even you in the media, it is worse. Where you are fighting each other. But we need to address it, because if we don't address it, we will fail to govern this country as UPND. When people are divided, you can't. We start a new life, all of us. I'll give an example. At Intercity there, others have hated me because they want to use the position of National Youth Chairman to do bad things. Go and chase that one. I said, go and compete in the market. I can't chase power tools. How many employees does he have there? We go back, Mwavala Prime TV, Mwavala Post. We want to do the same thing again. Zambians, my fellow UPND, what's that? Yes, if he misbehaved in PF, there's a new government of UPND. All of us, we understand Akainde. You can't do nonsense under Akainde. All of us, we know. We, the party leaders of UPND, we know that. Why do we want to pretend? I go and chase somebody. Go and compete in the market. And this cadalism now, because there are those who sweat the more UPND, because you have won now, you want to know that one, pack his buses, we are going to compete in the market on your own. My interest is to ensure that Power Tools, Sharom, everybody employs our youths that are working there. But we, the youths of UPN, should not go and start disturbing the operators there. That is my understanding. Right. I don't, I'm mosquito. I speak my mind the way it is. Either it will hate you, I don't care. But I care the lives of the people. I was born as a leader. The people themselves have grown me to where I am today. So I don't want to disappoint people. Two, there's no vengeance. Don't come and use Gilbert Liswaniso to come and fight your battles. I'm sorry to my members of UPN that in my heart there's no vengeance. I've gone through, I've been tortured and everything, but I pray to my God every time. People think maybe I don't pray. I pray to my God to give me wisdom and to forgive people who have done bad things to me. So you can't come now start using the National Youth Chairman position so that you fight people now. And then you call me as a weak person. I'm not going to agree in that way. The issue is how do we attend to the challenges of the young people. I've spent 8 days in Copperbelt to feel what are the young people want on the ground and educate them the betterment of the cooperatives and the companies. But if you go and discourage, even the opposition want to discourage this thing, because tomorrow you want to form government, you're going to find it's a good way. Don't go and start troubling people in the markets and bus station. Let's discourage it, all of us. That's why we voted in for this government.
Before we get into the happenings in the bus stations as well as markets, Mr. Liswaniso, I know one of the critical questions that is running in the mind of young people out there is when are they going to start, benefiting or getting the dividends that you promised during your campaigns? And I'm glad that somehow you have managed to preempt my question because I know that some of the people that sacrificed their lives, their resources to ensure that UPND attained that political independence of forming government, you had people, not only those with the papers only, you had people that do not have qualifications, but they really believed in the ideologies and the agenda of President Bali as well as the UPND in general. There was too much sacrifice. Just like the same sacrifice that you also contributed to the UPND, because you're among the people that really suffered for the UPND. I think one story that I always remember is that moment when President Akainde was actually imprisoned. I think you were among the few young people that, like, on your own, like you took the political party UPND as if you were more like the acting president, because most of the senior leaders, they became mute at that moment, and we appreciate that, all right? But above all, you are privileged. You are sitting here as a National Youth Chairperson, meaning that there could be some little dividends that you have already started maybe getting, all right? But the question is, what about a person who do not have the qualifications, the papers whatsoever? When are they going to start benefiting from these, what they toiled for during that time? They can't wait. You've heard the lamentations from young people.
You are saying too, there are those who sacrifice like ourselves, in many ways. In the background, we could not know them, but they were there.
Indeed.
But at the end of the day, they are Zambians. So the party UPND is looking about the Zambians. Right. Akainde is looking about the Zambians. But at the end of the day, the parties have to find a way how to take care about their foot soldiers. They're different. They're two different things. But the first interest thing with the party in government is to look about the welfare of the majority Zambian people. I think I'm just being honest here.
Right.
In a political party, all of us were volunteers. No one tells me. I remember me sometimes, my relatives will tell me, they see even when politics. I remember when I lost the election in 2011. Nalira. Sozu kuchoka. Angana kaete pin kangena bamaza. But it's a process on its own, because I can tell you that most politicians, we have resigned before. In our house, one car chabe na vile kavinto hivi. Panikanga, ninkare chabe kunyoma. But when you wake up early in the morning, somebody is knocking at your door. Liswaniso, mwana wanga kuskolo. Ine mwana wanga zonta pa government. But I was helping children who peka na pa private school. 3-4 then or more that I some mpeka pa government school mwana. And then you explain to them. So benefits will come. And I'll be very clear
When
here.
will be that?
And I'll be very clear
How long
here.
from now?
I've already told you that here. Me, I believe in telling the truth.
All right.
The UPND government was given the mandate of 5 years
Right.
from the people of Zambia. And I'd want the people of Zambia to judge this government 5 years. When I'm going to lero, mulungu sapa mina hapo once. Mango sipira pamoja. Muna saboswanga. The issue is 70-80% of the young people will benefit from this government.
Right.
Few, I've said, maybe few of you are eating. But we are saying we don't want to see few. We want this cooperative now, it brings everybody on the table. That alliance agwirepo. Or wakupasa contract ya 30,000 kwacha kapena nga muli 10, or muli 20, or kapena muli 15. Let the people alliance atengepo apele kunyumba kwake. I think that's the way to do things. Alliance aonemo chotengamo. In a rural part, in terms of agriculture, mufuna kulima vichani, mufuna matrakta kapena. Because people are talking about equipment now in a rural area, na ndombwele. So when you make a cooperative, mchwa kwa area, mchwa mga kwa area kwatu, mwapasa trakta ali 5. Lazima limila weka abantu in that area. Yafika time, Yoshta, Kombola, government should find a market from those people. How do we achieve that? It's coming up with a cooperative in your area. And now, the leaders themselves, they know in this area, this is a cooperative. What are they doing? You are monitoring through who? Our councillors, through our area member of parliament, through our council chairman. I think that's the best way of doing things. Today, our president said that the money now goes back to the constituencies, direct there. Almost to 10 million go to a constituency every year. Who is going to supply desk in a rural area? I think the same community which are there, they need to participate to own their own school. Let them build the school on their own through a cooperative. They are able to build the school. But I don't know that they get something. They are owning it. It will be very not easy to vandalize because it's the same people wamene vachimanga chia chindu. Na kuchipwanya siwanga chipwanya. Ni kuchiona because ndiye bene bake wazimangira. So akama ndrama nazichosa kuno kuli bakawala mu Lusaka. Nizipeleka kwani uko constituency kwa mene huko. So if you got cooperative mu constituency mawadi mu mene moja, you go and participate. Kapenda kulika school mfuno manga. Kapenda nika clinic. Kapenda police post. Kapenda nika drainage. Kapenda kuchaka gravel kama road. Go and participate kuti kwa mene kuja. What I said, you partner with those who got maybe missionaries. You partner together the Machaika Alliance atengamo. So what is wrong with that? I think he means well. His government means well to the people of Zambia. So kudiamo, wenangu wazadiamo, budget yamba, super Friday. So by January, March, wenda huko, things are happening within. And I'm telling the people of Zambia, January, February, March, April, activities will be made. Now, a person's ability APF. Most of the things which are happening, kulipita ma contract ya wantu, wamina hizo pasa wantu wena. So, all I'm asking, kuli mayusi banzanga, ni kutiembekezelani. Kumpeni mwembekezela. I want you to go random. People just say, nifuna nchito. Ufuna senza kuti, sinize. But they have spoken a touching story. Mnangai ise vikopu madanda hidi, munga wende Liswaniso. Mzati ikabadi. Sikuti hewe danda hidi saziwa kusebenza. Haziba. I can tell you today, give you, or in one part, be naka na position. Unipasa ministry so. Uzawana wazapeka, wazaseyenza abantu. Why do I say that? Because we are committed, we know what we want to achieve. Because I'm coming from the ground with the people are poor there. So everybody can work when there is a good leader there. So, vaja vasaenda ku school. Ndiye chitomeyongera mu company moja ya baswalo inga. Yabapeka mu cooperative mwamene moja. So what does it do as Akainde? Acho some greediness kambati asana ponza na opunzira mu government ombu because ndise bambiri bamenti naika Akainde. Ndeti naona kuti wa Akainde oyo ndiye aina leadership. You have heard his excellence when in opposition. He said all we are lacking is leadership in our country. He never said about qualification. He never said I'm rich. Yes, he could say rich, but the most important word he used in opposition that what we are lacking in this country, it is leadership. So anybody can become a leader, can become a president, but how do you do with the matters?
Quickly, Mr. Liswaniso, looking at or listening to your revelations and your plans that you have as the UPND administration, how are you managing these, the anxieties from the young people? I'm sure you have seen, this pressure happen. Even when you try to peep through the social media, you're able to see that young people really, they have already started vibrating. You see videos, they're all over. Just 2 days ago, I was watching one of the videos in which a certain lady was magnanimous enough coming out and spoke to one of the a political leader to say, go and tell the president, we don't want people to start now employing us based on the qualifications we have. What about us without qualifications? Now the question is, are you on the ground, you as a national leader, to explain to these facts?
I've told you that where I've seated here, this position has come hot.
Right.
There are others who are inciting the same youths.
Right.
Okay? You have said even him, they pray to say, 2040, 200, they want to come to MMU. He was telling us, the NMC members of the party, that's a pressure which we have.
Yeah.
For me, I can tell you I've got pressure than even a minister. I'm saying the truth here. The reason is very simple. Because we went there, they were singing Liswaniso convincing to go and vote. When you come to the secretariat every day, our youth secretariat there, you see for yourself to say, so also under pressure. I've told you, people are inciting, it's part of the game. But how you handle them also, how do you deliver information to people? I was in Copperbelt. You saw some youths in Copperbelt were protesting. We went there, spent 8 days. I went constituency by constituency, telling our youths, speaking to our provincial chairman, they're in pressure. Our district chairman, they're in pressure. Our constituents and what do you chairman, they're in pressure because it is us who went to them. Apart from that, I have pressure as a national chairman from these institutions. Those who were helping us, police officers, munzake wa promoter, bandenzo torturing abantu. Nena zifunsaika. This one is all that what I worked from this to ensure that almost near was going down. If PF won an election, going to be fired. Why are you promoting this one? I'm telling you what I'm going through first as a national chairman.
And you are equal to the task.
Have you seen
manage that pressure?
Yes. Teachers.
I asked that question, reason being that I'll refer you back again to the video I talked about, because remember, under the previous administration, we saw a lot of lawlessness among the cadres.
Yes.
And, it begins in such a manner where a lady or this young person comes on social media and begins to warn maybe an MP, a ward councillor, a minister. It begins from there. You go to sleep or you go to bed, by the time you realize, they'll be now dragging out people from their offices in the civil service.
And that's why...
Are you equal to the task?
We are equal to the task.
Right.
I want to assure you, I've said, first of all, there's the issue of inciting.
Right.
In my preamble said, there are people who want this position, national chairman, first of all, to use it to do bad things, which I've refused. And when I refuse, they go and incite the youths. Liswaniso akuja drama koja. Ashitachani Liswaniso kona. You are seeing the social media what they're doing.
Of course, we've heard those allegations.
And me, I can tell you that.
You are among the people that has been accused together with Mr. Amwinde as well.
So I can tell you that where we have reached here now, like me personally, I'll tell you that I don't take that. The issue I've said, me, I read the mind of my president, what he wants to achieve.
Right.
To win this election, because I was able to read his mind, I ask him. I always ask him, can we do this? And he will guide. I know what he wants to achieve. The issue of capitalism, he told us when we were in opposition. There's no use then to know that. He told us when we were in opposition. So we went to Copper Belt. We spoke to the youths. We may not speak to everybody, but we tried to reach each and everybody. And my provincial youth chairman and his team vices, Commando and Hinyama, they are on the ground. Every day I've given these instructions to say, chairman goes. I was in car with the day before yesterday with Mwanakampe. You can see what we are trying to do. I can tell you this week I'll be in all the constituencies. I'll be all over to talk to our youths, to understand. I said, it's pressure, it's hot. It is hot. But I can tell you that I like challenges. And I like when people are criticizing me. And I like when people are pointing fingers at me, because that's when I work very well. Because now I'm doing a right thing. Expecting people to praise Gilbert Liswaniso and the leaders of UPND, then I'm expecting more. Then I don't know how I'm in politics, why I'm a leader. Leadership is about solving problems every day.
Right.
I think I've answered that one.
You have answered that
IP. Leadership, as we go, I still repeat.
Yeah.
Leadership is about solving problems. There will be no time people will praise UPND or Lakaende Chilema. There will be no time people will praise Gilbert Liswaniso. No. They will only accuse, but apart from us as leaders, to reach out to the people and explain to them. The only praise we'll get is 2026 when people go to vote. If they vote us back, we know what the people want us.
Right.
That's what I understand myself.
Let's move on, Mr. Liswaniso. Now I will take you to some of the concerns coming from members of the former ruling party, the Patriotic Front, that has lamented that your members, they are still involved or involving themselves in political violence, despite Bali having strongly spoke up against political violence. But you are failing to manage your members. They have continued attacking members of the opposition PF. Where is the contradiction? Where, when the head of state speaks against your members, they have to undo whatever the president speaks about?
Number one, first of all, let me address this first to the members of UPND before I go back to the opposition. Please. Because kind of opposition, I can't go government. Now if you don't want to go opposition, we are still learning. Now we are on opposition. IP, we will say. And I give you all the ruling. I take an Akainde. Instead to take a UPND. To take up.
And you also think you are still in the opposition?
My friend, sometimes you are. When I was in my site with my colleagues, I don't know that chairman, we are in government. Yes, when my father, when because the president, sometimes I forget that I'm still in government, but I'm learning how to behave in government, how to do things. We are learning.
So it's possible that even some of your members, they think I'm still in the opposition.
It's true.
The violence has to continue.
IP, it is true. Sometimes we don't get opposition, but we are learning. Violence is us. Don't even worry about it. But let me address first to the members of UPND. Violence has never won anybody an election. If UPND twatengenjira violence continue, bagatilanga bantu sibafuna ndewo, bantu bafuna engagement. Chibine bafuna mazambia. That's what they voted for. So this I'm warning everybody in UPND and the youth, don't put violence as a tool of campaigning. Baiba nkoni wa PF. Na PF na Public Order Act na ndeo. Banapanga na police as their own secretariat by torturing us. And the people of Zambia sympathize with us. But PF raenda wagona. By kwa police kusogo, they were not campaigning. But with the UPND, we went because the manager yatu 22246 underground mobilization, door-to-door campaign. Even now, we should not forget our strategy. let's continue the way we're doing it. Let's behave as if we are not in government in terms of mobilization, as if election it is tomorrow. Let's go back on the ground. Let's do what is best for this country. But if you're going to use violence, because given with the Peter, pamena po given winda. Vasambira chifundo mazambians. Vazaiba tuendeze umtocha lingani given winda. Vazaiba wandewezo kuvutani. Ndezo kumpeleka kwa migodi huko kwa mko plan. Wantu vazaiba. So that behavior, we need to stop it as UPND. This information is for free unless you tell me you're not a politician. Because in a cinema yopa mundu utago and mobilize kwenda muwadi. How mobilize? Because I'm committed. The only thing which I want to encourage my members of UPND, let's get committed to a work. If you have given a chance to go and campaign, commit yourself and go back to the people, go and talk to the people. IP, you remember when I was in Sesheke? You were asking, my leaders were Kuru. And I said, Monse Omo, Mwenti Peter Omo, I'm in charge kuchoka kurodi kuno kumaondo, unless kulasti koja. Muna murodi ndeni in charge, ndeni mavoti ambe. Nukulati Omo Monse wazaruza. And we went almost to 10 polling stations with you. You saw the message until Jack Mimbo joined us. It was simple because we were committed with the team on the ground. Who came with the violence? It was the PF. So violence cannot win you an election. I can bet with somebody, can never win. It takes you as a team what you want to win with a figure. You win an election with a figure. The message has gone to your UPND. Never should we use violence. Forget about PF. PF says a pema. IP na kambo ijayo kama rebranding ya PF. Wakawala wita rebranding. We are breaking them. We are getting good eggs from PF to join UPND. And they are knocking every day. I want to tell you this. And maybe let me address this issue also to the members of UPND. This is a political party. This political party is for the Zambian people. You cannot dare and enter somebody to come and join UPND. So as leaders, people approach us, but we tell them what to do when they are joining this political party. People are knocking every day in front to join. I'm not going to somebody who I'm going to have no. If you made a crime, the police will follow you. Uyu kazizi bruru wanga pili. Nambera kaudio kakamena kamba kaupo. If commando, all of us we know the commando. There's many abantu paja. You tell me can come to me. In just 5 sentences on his own. What is the 300 pin? That is number one. When I was in opposition, PF offered that pass 2 million in Liswaniso. Pakufuna ba Edgar Lungu. Many people come and said, "In mwende waoze wa Edgar Lungu, nizabu na akainde kwa tovoka." That is the message. Those who knows me, that has been a message which I was telling the PF matter. Nibula na wanga 12 August nimuleta State House. And I've delivered with the message. The only thing which I ask from PF in opposition, please, wauze ni wa Edgar Lungu na PF. Nga akainde akamba. Mukazimu mverela vina kamba ni chani and implement. Nga takamba is opposition na nkamba ni Liswaniso. Ni mverele nikupa sanchani information. Today I want to encourage even the PF, GP, Amembe, speak. If Sevenango, we are politicians who get that information, who deliver to the president in the information in the background, when it makes sense.
Do you still have, some vacancies in your political party, UPND, which you want to be, filled?
There's no vacancy. When you come, you go and make a branch.
The people that you defeated.
Let me tell you, there's branches. The focus about the branch. When you join a party, you join where you are coming from. Where I stay for 6 months about a branch where I've got a branch there. Where I'm not the chairman, I'm a member in that branch because that's where I'm staying. So when you join IP, where you are staying, you got a branch. You go and make a branch there. Kulibe kutamangira paka mpando. It is a politician pojaza kama no sinifu na position yako. Position wifuna, but prove to the people also. Not in a miwe pantamuntu akabwa no sinifu na position. Yoni boza. Kulibe political leader majo na mchipali no sinifu na mpando. Adi yesafu na mpando. But the party which is in charge now through its leadership, they will tell you, prove yourself in terms of mobilization. When you prove yourself that you are working, for sure, you deserve to get that position. No one will say no. The same people who have received you, are the ones going to give you that position to say, uyu muntu atabwanji asebenza. So I'm saying within ourselves, we are still dreaming about 2021 election. Yeah, Peter 12 August, my election in 2026. That's why Papa Caravan and my opposition.
Some of your members are not content or are not in agreement to what you are saying.
We are talking to them, we are engaging them. We are engaging them.
Engaging or receiving more defectors or
Let
more
me
people.
Tell you.
More especially
issue,
from the former ruling party.
The issue
An
is...
example I can cite to you, let me just finish my question. An example I can cite to you is what just transpired, you know, at your secretary.
Yes.
You know, where Madam Shameni Msonda wanted to reduce to her part of the choice, you know, and she was booted out by some of the women.
It's a part. It's to do.
And again, it goes back to you as a leader, because it's like you are failing to manage your own, you know, organization.
Listen,
if you can, you can't afford to manage your internal matters.
The issue
how
is,
are you going to contain this pressure?
We advised. Me, I always tell you. Me, I always advise. If you are coming from Chilanga, Shameni was supposed to join in Chilanga, to the leadership of Chilanga, and receive her in Chilanga. The people came to protest. They were Chilanga people. You can't be received by the SG or Chairman Liswaniso. No, they said no. Come here, we receive you. When time comes, after we be working here to see that you have reformed, because there are certain things that you did in that constituency, which your friend were not happy with you. And the people mentioned what Shameni did when he went to the ruling part by then, PF. Now she has realized that ni bwele kunyumba kwanga. Ni mwana watu singa mukani. But the people, my neighbors wakukala now, they wakamba EI. Because you haven't reached them back to them. Go back to them, because they are the leaders who hold the party when you went. So go back to them. Make peace with them. The same people will introduce you step by step, going in that way. I think Mumbera wa PF wants to then come back. Go back to your community. They will receive you there, the leaders there. Muntu Abuela, they will sit down, they will come each other, you will apologize if you went wrong. There are people who never done anything. They were in PF. Why should you push them in the corner? No. So, no one is pushing anybody. Let them come, but go join ira. Niku branch, manje problem ya politician. Ya mesa phone. Me when I was joining UPND, I remember that time. My defection was to secretariat. I thought, because me and I'm Chipani, never going to them. Then I'm Dobawa George, which I'm very happy. I don't want to cheat you, and I can't disappoint him. When I see people, then I'm Dobawa George. He received me kwa George. Now was a president mfuna kusenza 9. Baku secretariat wani kupoka sete na. Nifuna mubwere kwa George. Komeni nkara, komeni kudia manyaka. And it was hot 2013. We cannot talk about PF 2013. He came there. We agreed and received it there. Wantu wanamuseka againde. Mapura kamwana kamenaka, kaina chani kamenaka. But pressure came. We went in per station when it was notorious Paliranda. No one touched me because once we were Paliranda the mosquito. Mama George. Tizi wananzero kai. He went. That's how you do things. Convince your leader. Imoma SG. Muzabu ampokesha meni. Kuno ku branch na ise pamozi. Tuko ngendo secretariat. Akupa. Vanto. Bachoka. People were being butchered in Chilanga. They were doing things. Even when they didn't do it. But people, because we went to PF, all of you are black. So, people, they need to understand that the party has to grow. As I conclude on this, we have a leader there. Ilimunga ni munyumba. IP munyumba muli mwako. Nga malibe malamulo. Kuzapize kativana. You has pikira hapa. You has pikira so. I think we have seen those others, right? Ali yes has chitira. But kulima nyumba ntilangena moto. Ukuliwa mayo watako vichitiramu. Waenda watandala. Wakamba pano pa nyumba tukuja tebeni 10 or 11 hours. Mujapa mozi. Kuja ni 18 hours. Waenda wasovera. Wazakutana nsima. Ubula kusuka mbale za menezi na kugwana njara. I think we have gone through that life, some of us. Why? Because that house is disciplined. Today in this country, we have a kind who is disciplined there. There's nothing to worry. Nga unali maluku ku PF, ukabwera mu UPND, there's total rehabilitation. You become a normal person. That's why ngamati makoni meni sema kuru kumuli akaindi sunga senze na eve. That's why makoni meni pakulu wonse badanda because they want shortcut. But genuine Zambians, you people, voters, you appreciate Akainde Chilem. That he means what to you, he came to you to save you. That's why some of us have been with him. So here there's nothing to complain. That's why I've said even to these business people. Kulibe businessman, Ali Muzambia investor, Mesa supported PF. They were giving money to PF, even by force. There's one force singer. But today they have a president who is disciplined. Why do you want to push them away? No, once Kulibe doesn't need them come back to you. You can't cheat me. Others were giving money to PF by fear. Others were doing things in my institution by fear. Because Nigerian come street. It's a war limba. So these are the things. There are certain even police officers. Someone will come back to the chance. Us we are lucky because we are strong. There is no fear in our life. Still pamuntu. But there are those who had fear. They cannot even speak anything. But they went to tell somebody. Tenti votele. People were taking me in my camp. Me personally, I don't cheat. Muchestoni, muskanze, kulilai. Niti camp wensi nangena masuja monse. I was going, risking their life. So when they're complaining today, sometimes I feel like maybe they're being neglected. But I've reminded them, cool down. You'll be appreciated. You'll be appreciated one day. Don't even worry. Because these are the risks people are taking. So, kulibe businessman, ati person, businessman, na support a PF. Pataka matibo pange meeting, ukamene maweka zwanga. He is supporting PF. But I chose and drama pasa PF go and mobilize. Chairman Liswaniso, bora muyadi mwanga mono, kama na mawekazi ya. Business city bueno. So whom is he supporting? Then you are talking to the masses now. So I want people to understand politics. Because nature could changa. Because I ask, whenever I draft, when you're proud, I go there and ask. And they'll tell you how you're supposed to do things. And I'm encouraging a lot of young people in leadership today. Because though they were cadres in PF, in UNIP, they'll teach you how to run these things, how to do things. They're able to teach you. In Ndale, Ndale is pushing abantu aside down. Ndale nkuleta pangati pamoja. So we have a leader. We should be safe as UPND, all of us, because we have a disciplined leader there. Nyumba manje apa nyamala muno. The tenure of Akainde is to do things straight.
I want to attempt and just fuse in a few questions before the credits begins to run. Still more on the political violence. I think this is one of the concerns that needs to be addressed in this country, because as a country, I think our memories are very fresh that the PF was voted out of office, reason because of the political violence, brutalizing people, and also cadres were given too much powers, in which others went further to start dragging civil servants from their offices and the likes, besides the poor economy, among other reasons you can outline here. We've heard some of your leaders seemingly trying to justify that somehow maybe it could be normal for your members to begin to attack supporters of the opposition now, reason being that they really suffered at a time when they were in the opposition. In them, they were being brutalized, they were being attacked by the PF in power then. And should we sit here, Mr. Liswaniso, with you as a national chairperson who mingles with the grassroots level, that yes, it will be okay, or it is okay for my members or your members to begin to attack members or supporters of the opposition because they suffered when they were in the opposition?
First of all, we should appreciate, if there are people supposed to appreciate the PF, APF, what's the APF? 2011, when I tell MMD, who's a first? Almost 8, 9, 10 months, 1 year. Kutava.
And William Banda was one of them?
Yes, 2015, ine panyumba panga. Univesema ni panyumba panga kuja kumatema na bwela kaka amwadumu nyala pamtenge. I could see tears in my children. 2016 to the same. But look, we went through treason, people have been killed, people have been tortured. I've gone through that process. You know that I've gone that process. If you come and so, that's all I do every day, Chan. If I tell you a story about Gilbert Liswaniso, how that torture happened in their community house, can't like it. I see those police officers. Konkili is in jail. The same police officers who have been promoted, some of them, they're promoted. They sat on the table, and they think maybe when I look at them, they may say, no, I helped the UPND. No. When you make a decision of giving a crime someone that never done, it's not good. But have you heard what Akainda said, our president? He has told the police, investigate first. What he went through with his members, he's speaking on behalf of us to say, investigate first. Today, most of us, we are crying, Hakainde Samanga Bantu, Sash Tachani, because what he doesn't want, it is rumors. People to go in jail because of a rumor. So, let's try to appreciate what this man is bringing on the table for the first time in the history of this country. Somebody has been tortured up to Mukoveko because he went in all the districts. If there is a president today in this country who went in all the districts, it is Akainde. And the last district now, Mukoveko, it is Akainde. And he comes back to say, let's forgive. After being announced as the president, he makes a statement. And his National Youth Chairman follows the same statement to say, no vengeance now, going on the ground now, preaching peace. Today I'm unpopular in the party. Because we want to save the same thugs and criminals who are torturing people. Today you can see even audience for Nathan Piri. Not Nathan Piri. It's among ourselves, the UPND, and the Kambevaso. You don't do that. The same Nathan Piri who is talking that nonsense. He's on the record. He was in Kaoma there. These youths you are seeing all over, they're against Nathan Piri. But it's not Nathan Piri who killed even one span. We know that. But the more you want to push things, the same youths can turn against you. Don't provoke a situation. That's why the president said, please, the PF, keep quiet. He is in pressure from these young people. It's not an either thing, innocent. What given that the team should just keep quiet. I've addressed the issue of violence to the UPND. Don't. This is my message every day wherever I've gone. Even in Copper Belt, Sian kumenya bantu. Don't. Leave the PF. Today there is freedom people ngaenda have a t-shirt ya green. Ya Edgar, wapita now ya PF. No one is beating the PF. Today the noise we are hearing in the markets, people they want their stands. Pana kupisha abantu. One muntu moza ana mashopu 8. Ichinchango chiende. You think it is easy to convince the use of UPND, the woman of UPND? Not an easy thing. When they know you are the one who is torturing them. Today they go to the market, the master market, the market master, the one who was torturing, the one who is still there. You think it is easy to convince a member of UPND or any citizen who saw this person was the one who was torturing us? Whenever PF, you brought anarchy in the militia in this country. Give us chance. It's a process. See. We cannot end it just one day. Sikutilinga kukurukira Liswaniso na wakaenda kukurukira. It's not mean that now just kukurukira. We need to engage that one also as leaders. And that's what we are doing. It's not only me who is being head in the party. The majority leaders in the party, when Garin Kombo, when Jack Mwimbu, all these people are being hated in the party. By doing the right thing, the promise which we made that there will be no cadalism, there will be no violence. So pockets of violence can be there, but we need to preach peace ourselves. What I want people given Ruinda and Nakachinda and their team is to ensure that they criticize the government said that freedom which they have today should continue. So that
And how much support are you receiving from the Office of the Minister of Home Affairs with regards to fighting this?
I've already told you. I've told you that today you go Marcelo. Muntu aziendela akambati inali shop yangai. Because what PF anandela makula president situfuna kadalism. Uyu rasi tukwenda ku police kwenda kambati no. Makadazi babwera. But we tunampisha. And I've told the police, let's handle this matter very well. You know that, IP, that the UPND youths across the country, members, with the police, there's enmity. There was a big enmity. We know that they voted for us. Their children, we went there. They were not happy. But there are certain individuals who made that even this police painted black. We have taken that and have told the police, we need to handle this. We need to support the police. I need to work together with the police. So they work freely. They can do other things, but not every time. Violence, but let them deal with the other matters.
Do you think, Mr. Liswaniso, that this political violence, I think we've been talking about for quite so many years now, will be a thing of the past under the UPND administration?
And I've already told you.
I ask this question, reason being that remember that during your tenure in the opposition, each time you are queried, like if you sat there and then we asked you a question, what are you doing to ensure that this political violence comes to an end? Your response was very consistent. You were saying it only takes the president, who is Edgar Lungu at the time, to stop this political violence. And finally, you are now in charge.
Yes, yes.
You've got a weapon.
Yes. And he has demonstrated from the day one, before anybody
and
thinks.
People again were attacked.
Let me tell you, I've said if they were attacked, I think I've mentioned here.
Yeah.
I first told my fellow youths to desist from that. Okay? Why are we preaching that? Because it's not a good thing. You can't be doing what PF was doing. It will take you out from power, unless you don't have power. And we are trying by all means to identify all those naughty guys within our party. Number one, if you have seen, the issue of camouflage is fading within. That's one of the things. It's phasing out. But he means work and give and the rest. That's why today they can speak whatever they want to speak. Because when freedom. Police within 2 hours achoka. He say we'll spend 721 days. Radio station 23 days in Masero. No bond, we no children remind. You know that what I'm saying here. But today he has insisted the president investigate first. That's why even in the media all of you are complaining. The man has a heart, said, I don't want to push someone to go in jail for something which he has never done, because of rumors, because of accusing each other. Because that position is very big. As I come here, I shoot in upper once. As I shoot my soldiers once. So, some even in me, this position, people bring a lot of stories to me, this and this and this. Now, if I'm not have that big heart, I can hate everybody. That is my understanding. So, first of all, he has brought everybody. And he's asking church leaders, you the media, civil society organization, let's work together in terms of this, of uniting this country. Traditional leader, let's come in this program.
I hope you take that as your closing remarks. We have to go.
Exactly. So me, I'm appealing to everybody. In terms of violence, cadalism, it is us. The president has shown already. It's us to behave. But if you misbehave, there are many youths which have chased in the past within 2 months. They will tell you that. I've chased them. We'll make a mistake, go. And when you go, I'm going to recruit another one. That's a good part of me. I'll chase you and I'll go and recruit to replace you. And I'll replace with 3 people so that they are there to work for the party. So my appeal to the people of Zambia is that you have given us 5 years and you are going to judge us within 5 years. We'll do what you want. To the youths of this country, cooperative and companies are the best for you than handouts. You may hate you as the national youth chairman, but that's the only way to do that. Now Jamesa napunzile na eve agomoleko ajeko apeleke bana bage ku school olwanda ku chipatala mankwala apeze. Ambuya ku Dar es Salaam IP.
Thank you so much, Mr. Liswaniso, for coming. We hope to continue engaging you because now you are in charge of Zambia's affairs. So each time there are burning issues, we have to bring you back here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Right. Dear viewers, we end our discussion here. My guest on the program has been Gilbert Liswaniso, in charge of youth affairs in the United Party for National Development, UPND. Of course, I should make mention that is, of course, in the New Dawn administration. It's very cardinal to make mention that. Thank you so much to my producer, Mavtopiri, and also Christopher in the studio. Thank you so much for those wonderful pictures. To you, the people of Zambia, remember, like I always say, may God bless Zambia, may God bless Mother Africa. Good night.